Welcome, it's King Lizzard and part 2 of my walkthrough for PLAYDEAD'S Inside. Now, obviously where we left off last time was just literally having acquired the 4th secret in the game, which gave us another achievement. We are now working our way through this kind of more build-up area. So you basically press X on these planks, pull them backwards with the right analog stick, and you'll yank them off, and then after 3 of those planks have gone you can go inside. Now down this little slope here, and we'll get a safe landing at the bottom, and then we've got a very simple puzzle here which actually perplexed me for a little bit, and you'll see me kind of roaming back and forth here, just checking this back wall there for kind of a secret hole to see if there's anything hidden there. And I'm going to try and jump across. That doesn't work. Too big a distance for that. I'm not sure if I actually did it properly, so I'm going to try one more time up here just to make sure that that jump really isn't the way to go. Just now try another quick jump just to make sure it doesn't reach. And then to the back wall on the left here just to check there's nothing I'm missing, just to press X and see if there's anything there. Doesn't seem to be. And make my way back up the ladder. Haven't quite grasped the puzzle yet. It is actually a very simple solution to this. It's a matter of actually going to the bottom, grabbing the ladder from the rear and pushing it so that the ladder is actually then propping itself up against the opposite side, so you can climb up and gain access to that area as I'm doing here. So real silly little puzzle that kind of initially I didn't get straight away. So up we go, and now this is one of the more trickier puzzles you'll get initially. So I'm just running out, checking what we've got here, and that obviously turns power on for the lift. We turn the power on. These things are, yeah, okay, these are like big robot things scanning the area, so it's going to be a matter of dodging behind these pillars to get past these guys. Now I get this wrong initially because I failed to do something right away before switching on the power for these robots, and you'll see what that is in a few seconds. Well, not a few seconds, on my second go I think I finally get there and realise what I've done wrong. I make a move a little bit too early there, and he's got me. It's all over. So round 2. I've made the mistake again here. So I've switched the power on. Now I'm going to try and dodge these searchlights again using the pillars, which is the right practice. That's what you should be doing. However, I should have done something before turning the power on. Again, absolutely awesome light effects here, really effective, kind of very stark colours, not much in the way of any colours going on, but it just looks so good. Now I'm going to try and open this elevator door here, and obviously I'm not going to do it in time, so he's got me again. So at this point obviously I've realised you're an idiot, you should have opened that door straight away for the elevator, then turn the power on. So that's what these games are all about, you know, these Odyssey-esque type games, or Limbo games where you kind of move forward, and they're kind of progressive learning games. Normally I would pick up a little bit quicker than that. I was obviously having a bad day when I played this, I think, with the old mind, but it's obvious looking back on it, you know, what should have been done, but you know, hindsight's a great thing. So at this point it's just a matter of dodging the searchlights now. Could have actually gone there, and I did wait back just to be safe. Behind that second pillar and then into the elevator, press X and up we go. So that's now getting us onto the next level of this area. Now this title is actually available on PlayStation 4 as well. I'm not sure if it's available on PC, it may well be. And obviously I'm playing it on Xbox One, so it's on quite a few formats. Now here at this point I'm thinking, what the hell is this seagull going to do to me? You know, that's why I'm kind of paused, thinking, you know, this thing's going to do something, I'm going to die, but he's actually just graphics. So no surprises from the seagull there. There's a nice hole in the floor there, which I don't actually get to jump across because I fall through another hole. And now we're in for a slightly different puzzle of sorts. So we're in between a whole bunch of these controlled humans. And in order to get through this, you kind of have to mimic what they're doing. As you can see, I'm not doing such a great job here at the moment. It's kind of like one of those comedy cartoons where you see similar sort of things where they're trying to copy what's around them. Again, I stopped pretty late there. The robot's not punished me as yet. Now if you can see just off to the right there, you see they're walking into that yellow square. That indicates a jumping action when you're in that section. So as long as you're in that yellow square, you must jump. I accidentally turned round. Not such a good, and paid the ultimate price there. So round 2. And these are all live loads, by the way, so I've not cut these loads, so it's actually pretty quick to load you back in, and the checkpoints are pretty friendly, as I was saying the last time I played. At this point, my brain, I don't know what happened there, my brain just wasn't working and I instantly got killed because I didn't jump. So, third time lucky. Mimicking these guys, get the jump right. Still in the square there, so you've got to do the jump. No jump because I'm not in the square, only just though. And then on to the next square where these guys are basically turning themselves around and back. Which I almost mimic perfectly. It's a good thing you can actually count the rhythm for this as well, so that you kind of get a rhythm or an idea of when you're going to need to do the actions and stuff. So just practice it a little bit. It's pretty easy to do. As you can see, this realistically was my third go. It didn't take me very long to get past this section at all, so just keep persevering, you'll get there. It's not as hard as it looks. So moving on into this next section, and this is another one of those nice little surprise areas. But it's really sinister, this, these whole human race here. I mean, we've got these guys in the background. Are they really, maybe they're humans that have sort of sold out and betraying the human race, or maybe they're not human at all. Now at this point I was thinking, do I run, do I stay still, is it just going to run up and sniff me? But no, it killed me. So the next time I know it's time to run. So again, more of this mimicry as we get into this section. And basically, once I get through the second part of the mimicry, which is where that dog's going to set off, I start running. So literally just keep moving forward there, and you can do a quick jump through that window. Excellent stuff, look at that. Beautiful graphics. And really nice sound effects too. And then this one, you can jump and get more lead, but you cannot outrun this dog. You've actually got to outsmart it. So it's basically found another way through the building to get to you. So you've got to find a way of slowing the dog down so that you can beat it. Now I actually tried jumping here because jumping does actually work in some cases, but not this one. So third time lucky again. I now kind of know what I've got to do. Basically, when I jump up the step, I need to jump down so that the dog jumps down after me, and then get myself back up. So I'm going to wait here for the dog. The dog's going to make his way up. Now he can't jump that, so he's going to have to run all the way round, which gives me that little bit of time I need extra. So jump straight onto this device, and I'm now in control of the guy up above there, pushing the carriage. And I make a little bit of a mistake here, and you'll see why in a second. Nothing too drastic, but what I do is I drop onto this red box. What I should have done was dropped onto the box further back, or the platform further back. So I've got the right idea here, I'm just doing it a little bit too early, because now I've got the problem where I can't get back up on the device because of where it's situated. So I need the device to be on that box, or above that box, so I can get back on, like so. So it's just me checking there's nothing else I'm missing. I'm pretty certain I know what I've got to do here. So I've got to drag this red box back. That closes that gate above, which would of course allow our minion to push us through. And now I'm going to get him to grab the cart, drag the cart backwards, and then drop off on this platform, so that I can now go and open the door with this red box, put it on that plinth that activates, or that switch that activates the door above. And now I can run back and get back onto the brain control device, and that will actually allow me to continue through on this rail section. There we go, so pull myself through. Now this one did get me for a little bit, I must admit. I was a little bit perplexed with this one. Took me a while to work it out. I did immediately see, just to the right of our kind of mindless subject, if you like, there's that kind of platform with cables running down to the rail. I did think that I needed to get something up there on top of it, and I was right. But obviously in the midst of trying to work this out, I'm actually checking there to make sure there's nothing below me, which there isn't, and I'm dead. So that was round one. Round two, I know obviously there's nothing off of this platform now. I wasn't sure if I was going to walk down those stairs or something, or find a way to the stairs, but that wasn't the case. So you see me stop here because I'm thinking, okay, there's definitely something to do with this platform up there. And then I pull our friend all the way across. And there's actually another device here, look. So I'm going to plant him into this device, and he is now going to control this third chap who's just come out of the box, look. So you see me again walk underneath that device. That's because I know there's something relative with that particular section of the area. Now there is a door blocking me going through. Obviously the plinth on top of that section above the rail is actually the activation switch, which is going to open the door for us to move forward. I'm just checking again that there's nothing back there, no sort of secrety type things that I'm missing. And I push the rail cart across underneath. I'm sort of thinking out kind of loud here what I'm going to do with this. Now obviously at this point I've dropped the other guy out of the control device, and now I've got the problem where I need to pull this cart back all the way across again so that he can get back up there and control that third character. And this is me logically trying to think, well, okay, how am I going to get this done? Some kind of big factory this. I mean, there's obviously something quite drastic has happened, on our planet at this point, and whether it's alien invasion or some kind of criminal mastermind, who knows, but the human race appears to be this kind of dumb controlled race now that's kind of there for the purpose of our masters, or our controllers if you like. So I'm going to drag this back. We need to activate this guy again up there. So back into the mind control device. We can now get our chap to push us underneath the plinth. And now the plinth's open. But I have a new problem. The minute I unleash myself from the device, I drop to the floor and die. What I should have done was push myself all the way over, then disconnected myself. And that's where I went wrong. So now obviously you're going to see me fix that. I now know what I'm doing and where I've gone wrong. So push myself all the way over here. Get the control chap to jump into the device, control our second guy. He is now going to push me all the way across to the platform here where I can drop off. I'm now going to jump back in. He is now in control. So I messed up there, obviously. I shouldn't have done that drop off or disconnect from the, the mind device if you like. So at this point I'm getting him up onto the switch, then I'm going to drop off so that I can release my controllee and then he can drag me through. So basically a few little mistakes there. That one took a bit of time to work out. That was definitely one of the tougher puzzles that I've done so far. And then here we've got this switch. And at this point I'm thinking, am I going to drop through this floor? Is it going to kill me? It's quite a distance. So I've got the switch there. I'm pulling it all the way back. And I'm going to release myself. Too late, I'm going to hit the floor. Obviously what I need to do there is make sure that the guy controlling or the guy I'm controlling obviously pushes the rail cart all the way to the left edge of that platform or door that opens up if you like, or floor that opens up. So I'm pretty close to the edge here at this point. I'm thinking, now I'm actually going to kill myself doing this. E.g. hitting the edge of the door, but I just make it. So into the water below. Really cool effect. Look at that. Now we've got another puzzle to solve. Quick dive down. You can die pretty quick underwater, so don't spend too much time underwater, otherwise you will drown. You need to kind of see what it is you're going to do and then execute it very quickly. I'm doing a quick dive down here just to make sure I'm not missing anything on the right side here, e.g. secret room with some achievements and stuff. And I'm going to swing back to the left side, given that I can't see anything on the right side that's of use to me. Now as I'm swimming over, I kind of notice the edge of that pallet there. It kind of stands out more than the other stuff underneath the water. And then as I'm passing it, I see that red handle, and that's my indicator that that is what I want. Now what I do here, unfortunately, I have been swimming for a little bit of time underwater, so I've killed myself. So obviously when I go back in, it's straight to that pallet. Pull that pallet, release it, so that we can then get ourselves across and up into the next area. So a quick dive down to the pallet. Give the pallet a quick yank and then straight up. You do start to gag for breath as you're going up there. It is a fair bit of time you're in the water. So drop down. We're then going to swim this to the other side. Once we get it up against this wall, we can climb onto the pallet, and then we can actually move on to the next area. A real creepy looking office type warehousey area this. So go for this great drop to the ground, and this one's actually quite a tricky puzzle as well, although it's not as tricky as it would appear. I spend a little bit of time on this one because I must admit I was a little bit confused as to what I was to do. So basically the button inside that console lowers the water, the one out here raises the water. Now to the right you can see that kind of shutter doors open, and then to the top left there's that ledge. So the door closes when the water gets to a certain height, and that is the one of the key aspects of this. Now clearly there's something I need to climb up there, but in order to climb up there I'm obviously going to need something else to give me height to be able to reach that. Now this is a bit of a red herring, this is kind of trapdoor in the roof, but I do spend a bit of time sort of surveying the area, checking the area for things I can grab and stuff, just to make sure again I'm not missing any of these secrets. However, with the secrets, to be honest, in every case I have seen those yellow power cables running into a particular area, and that is an indication that there's a secret nearby that you need to work out. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, do I go down here again? I'm not entirely convinced this is the solution. Obviously the minute I hit that button the water is gonna go down, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, do I hit the button and do a quick jump? But I'll quickly go out here and just verify a few things. Now just making sure that I can't jump up there. Hit that water off. I'm now going to try and swim up to that ledge before the door closes, which isn't happening. So that didn't work out too well for me. I'm going to go back up to the ledge and jump back into that control room. But this ledge area here, you don't need this. This is just here to throw you off, which it did a good job of for me. And you'll see me where I do spend some time kind of pushing myself up against walls. I'm trying to jump onto the pipes there. I'm trying to check there isn't anything I'm missing, e.g. something I can't see that I can open. I'm back in the control room here, just trying to test some ideas with, pressing the button, moving quickly, trying to get through that door before it closes and stuff. All of which is going to prove pretty fruitless, and I'm not actually going to achieve anything by doing that. The actual solution to this particular puzzle is really simple. It's actually so simple I was kicking myself after I've worked out what it was. But they do a really good job in this game of kind of chucking additional objects in the area just to get you thinking on the wrong track, dragging you away from what really is the simplest of solutions, just to make it that little bit more difficult for you to get through the levels and stuff. And it is really pretty ingenious. So still back and forth with this button here, trying to work out where I'm going wrong. And I was pretty rattled here, so now I've hit the button, I'm trying to jump through the door, there's no way that's happening. So I've stopped, I'm having a bit more of a think here, thinking how the hell am I going to get this thing done? It's really is obvious, and it's quite ashamedly so obvious once I do work out what I'm doing wrong. So I'm going to run and hit this button. I've let the water go up. And this is how simple it is. You basically raise the water level, you hit the button, and then you swim to the ledge. Because you're higher up at this point, you can get to the ledge with the door open, because obviously when the water level's down, the door is open. And it really is that simple. I spent all that time mucking around for no reason. Now in this section, obviously we've still got the puzzle of the chain or the rope outside and how we reach that. And this object up against the wall here is something we can grab with the X button. Now initially I'm just checking the wall at the back there, so you can pull this down and then you can push it all the way out to where that water is, or just underneath the rope is where you really want to push it. So we drag it out the entrance, being sure to place it just underneath that rope that's up in the air. And then obviously it's a matter of jumping down, hitting that button to raise the water level, and then we can get up onto this suitcase and climb the rope. So down I go, hit that button, the suitcase will start floating straight away as we're heading towards it. We can get up on the suitcase ready to jump onto that rope, and there we go, we've got the height now to get up to the next level. I think that's actually a chain, not a rope. So next area, we're on the rooftops here, looking really cool again. Lots of really sort of misty light effects going on, and now we've got these searchlights to dodge. So these will take a little bit of time. It's all a matter of sliding down and using these pipes overhead for cover. And then this is basically a mechanical wheel. You press X and you rotate your right stick, but you do have to do it in sequences, so you can't just go there and do it fully. You'll get caught by the spotlight. You've got to run out, do it a little bit, run out again, do another little bit. And because it's a little bit awkward doing this, it's quite easy to go the other way accidentally, because it doesn't quite feel natural. I mean, it does as a control system, it just feels a bit weird when you're doing it, and you can sometimes land up going like I did there, going a little bit backwards. So this point is high enough for me to jump in. You can go lower obviously if you want to, but I did that purely because I didn't want to wait around anymore. And then we can jump straight out onto the next area. Now this searchlight doesn't come until you jump out of this crate. If you stay in the crate, it won't come at all. I've tested it a few times. So you do have to actually get out of the crate so that the light will come, then jump back into the crate, let it go backwards across to the right, and then follow it until you're underneath this pipe like I am. And then you've got this one here. You literally need to stay close to this, press X, open up this trapdoor, and drop in before the light sees you. That was pretty close there. And then we've got this hole in the floor. Now initially I thought this had something to do with me getting up the other side. It doesn't. This beam has no purpose at all. And then we jump on to the chain hanging down, climb down to the depths below. So some pretty cheeky little puzzles in this episode of the walkthrough, and you know, they are pretty obvious, but I think they're done well enough so that they put in, you know, items or particular things into the level that throw you off of the real solution to the puzzle. And I quite like that because it kind of plays with your mind a little bit, as is this story that's kind of going on in the background. I'm still really not sure what's going on. Clearly there's parasites about, and clearly there's mind control going on, and the human race is in danger. But is it aliens? Is it, you know, a criminal mastermind? Is it something else? Who knows? So I'll take this opportunity to thank you guys and gals for watching. I will be back very shortly with part 3 of PLAYDEAD'S INSIDE on Xbox One, and part 3 of course of my walkthrough, and more secrets and achievements to be exposed. Please be kind enough to rate the video. If you're not a subscriber, it'd be fantastic if you could click that sub button, give me some support. I need all the support I can get. Any comments or feedbacks you have on my videos would be much appreciated, and I always take time to reply back to anyone that takes time to give me feedback too. Take care, keep well, and keep watching, and I hope to see you come back soon.